Hi Libra, welcome to Sophquest. I'm Spence. This is for the week of November 1st through the 7th. It's a weekly tarot reading for you. I'm going to use the Thelema Tarot, the Spironata Lechner, beautiful deck. I hope you enjoy. And the Sacred Earth Oracle by Tony Carmine Salerno, Leela J. Williams with the artwork of Helena Nelson Reed. Beautiful decks today, so I hope you enjoy those. And while I'm shuffling for you, we'll talk a little bit about the astrology this week. We do have a new moon. So, a new moon in Scorpio, because we are in the Scorpio season, and the new moon is always in the season that we're in. And in Scorpio season, the season of deep water. The deep water, right? Deep abiding love, devoted love. And a lot of that really comes from the lessons we learn about love, right? Familial patterns and the things that we carry with us, generational things, and again, family patterns. So if they're good, that's great. If not so good, then those are things that we spend our adult life sort of transmuting, right? Yeah, okay. So this week on Monday, we do have a beautiful trine between Mercury and Jupiter, which is open-mindedness and good conversation. So I think that would be a nice day for that. The day after that, on Tuesday, on the 2nd, there is going to be a square between Mercury and Pluto, the planet of power, struggles, and, deep stuff. Sometimes can be butting of heads. So if you have a great conversation Monday and you start opening the bridge to dialogue, then on Tuesday you might get some real, maybe problem solving done. That could happen. Right? Talking about what I need, what you need, what we need, that kind of thing. Whoops, I'm getting too many. I'm going to keep shuffling. All right, Libra. And then on the 4th, that's Thursday, that is the new moon. It, like I said, is in Scorpio. It is opposing Uranus, the planet of shock, awe, and surprises. So expect the unexpected. Something new could come in, or you could have a new feeling. It could be anything new, actually, that you want to do and begin for the next month, okay? Something you probably thought very deeply of in Libra season in Mercury retrograde. And then at the end of the week, let me just take a look at this. Well, the 5th, that's Friday, Mercury moves into Scorpio, again, talking about deep stuff and deep feelings. So it could be a good week for that. I think maybe a new way of feeling through and talking through relationship stuff, potentially, depending on what house that is for you, depending. For you, second house of finances could be talking a lot about finances and values, what you value, feeling valued, that kind of thing. Also on the 5th, Venus moves into Capricorn. So Venus, planet of love, money, and beauty, expanding and making real, getting grounded about what we build, what we're building. Okay, so that's kind of the overhead view, if you will, of the astrology. All right, so I shuffled these quite a bit, but one did not want to pop, so I'm just going, there it is. There we go, connection. I just got that for another sign. Don't remember who. I think it was Leo, maybe, I'm not sure. But you can look back, I think so. All right, and I'm also going to pull 9 now for you from the Thelema Tarot. Beautiful deck. So Libra, how are ya? How have you been so far through the first week of Scorpio? I know that full moon in Aries was a doozy. I thought so. I really did. I felt that one big time. And I think you did too, because Aries is your opposite sign. So obviously in your season, this was, your opposite's full moon. And so I'm sure that was very deeply personal for you in many ways, and hopefully a new lease on life, right? And now with the new moon, sort of a new beginning in the way that your deeper feelings sort of affect your life, and the changes that you want to make, sort of based on those feelings. All right, I'm going to cut the deck now. And let's go forward. If you would just settle in with me, Libra, and take 3 deep cleansing breaths to bring down the cortisol, release your stress, relax your body, your spine, your shoulders. Get comfy. All right. I always ask for a blessing over each and every reading for the greatest possible good. For all of you, each one of you out there who would ever hear my messages. All right. And on the bottom of the deck, I pull those 3 cards. Yes, wow. I think an emotional epiphany moment for you, perhaps, could very much be about what you want as far as your feeling of connection, the feeling of connection with others or with one person in particular. Maybe you haven't been feeling too much. Maybe you've been in sort of a robotic, you know, just getting through life kind of modus operandi, right? We talked about that, I think, last time. Your modus operandi, is that right? Maybe, I don't remember. But you're looking at your emotional well-being and how you kind of move through life emotionally, how you allow your feelings to show themselves out in the real world, in the way you do things, right? That all the knights in the decks are how we move through life. So you're moving through life emotionally open right now a little bit. And I think that that's because of a tower moment. And I think that happens at the new moon. Only I think this tower moment for you is emotional awakening. Number one, it's a new moon. So I think it's this new feeling. And because it is in opposition to Uranus, the planet of shock, electricity, it can be just a spontaneous awakening, an emotional awakening. And I say that because you've been looking deeply and trying to gain a deeper perspective on things, emotional perspective on things. And that maybe certain things that you thought or believed about feelings themselves, okay, were based on a faulty foundation that you can't stand by anymore. Okay, it's got you upside down. So you go forward and change it. And you move forward emotionally that way, which is a beautiful thing because then you're really, really doing the deep dive. And it's perfect for Scorpio season because that's what Scorpio season is for. It's the deep dive. It's for deep transformation and healing, transformational understanding of self and others. And that's exactly what I'm seeing on the bottom of the deck. And that is basically a heart-opening kind of moment, isn't it? It allows us to go through that, almost a sense of a relief. It's a beautiful acceptance. That's what I'm seeing, acceptance. That's what I love so much. So let's look now in the book at connection. Okay, at the word connection. Opening up connection. Here we go. It says, find yourself by losing yourself in a conversation, a story, or perhaps someone's eyes. Be vulnerable, emotional, and be moved to deeper understanding. Empathy is required now. Let the pain, the suffering, the love, the joy, all of it, of other people, find a home in your heart too. That is connection. Accepting another without reservation means accepting yourself as well, right? We do that for each other when we give somebody our empathy. It's as if when they look into our eyes, they see into the mirror and we mirror back to them that they're okay, right? It's like if someone's heartbroken and they're talking to you, you know, you're that voice of comfort, you're okay. But who do they see when they look in your eyes? They see themselves. So what they hear from you saying, you're okay, what they see and what they hear is, I'm okay. We do this with each other. It's a mirroring kind of thing. And that's how connection really does work because we're blending energies. We're synergizing when we do that. Connection is synergy. That's what this is saying. Focus on the subtle divine force inside of you and recognize this force in all things, for it is in all things and it is everywhere. Separation from this energy, beauty, grace, and power of the divine is an illusion. Feel the fertility and everlasting peace inside you. Life unfolds with endless blessings. You two are on a journey. Every cell of your being knows the way, and your destination is guaranteed. At this time, love without boundaries. So this is a time for you for deep connection. And isn't that so very much about what Scorpio is about? It is our deepest connection. Our connection to our ancestors, our own personal history, as well as the history of our family. It is our connection to each and every one of the feelings that we have. Love, joy, peace, grace, affinity. Also the difficult ones, pain, suffering, sorrow, right? Because every human being on the planet feels these feelings. And so do you. That connects us as one humanity, doesn't it? It really connects us. So looking across here on the horizontal, I see the Four of Cups, and that's being in emotional neutral, being okay, right? And then next to that, I see the Three of Pentacles. So you're working, and you're working well at staying emotionally balanced, but meanwhile, mentally perhaps overthinking a bit about something that's making you uncomfortable or keeping you up at night. Something that you're processing through, because this is, how we think. So you're processing, mentally processing through some feelings and trying to stay stable while keeping on, right? So it's that thing where it's like your thoughts and your feelings trying to work together while working your day job and, trying to sleep at night and trying to be in the now, not thinking too much about the past, not forecasting too much about the future, but also trying to allow for whatever this deep thing is to come in, to enlighten you, right? To awaken you and to enlighten you to something. Then we have your card. We have the Justice card. We have the Ten of Wands. We have the Six of Wands. So something that you've been carrying, a heavy load. Life's been hard, hasn't it? 2020, 2021. We've all been carrying things, and it's been a difficult load to carry. And in Scorpio season, we do have a tendency to let the season of Scorpio, the season of life, death, and rebirth, we have a tendency to kind of let ourselves let go of things during this time. As the leaves fall off the trees and the winter comes, so does the old stuff that we've been working through, processing through. And I think so. I think you're coming into balance. I think that you're allowing yourself to drop this Ten of Wands and saying, that season's over with. I'm okay. I'm getting through it now. Now I'm seeing a light at the end of the tunnel, right? Things are coming back into balance. And I'm feeling good about things. New things on the horizon. Feeling more like myself. And able to celebrate my accomplishments. Six of Wands, right? Pat on the back, feeling good about yourself. So going from perhaps what might have felt like losses to wins, right? Bringing that into balance, making sure that you remind yourself that all things pass and that new seasons, come as other seasons go, and getting yourself back into that headspace so that you can come out of this anxiety, right? And also coming out of emotional neutral and more into emotional connection, because the Three of Pentacles is between them. Harmonizing, working together, creating together. There's a togetherness in this card. And doing that in a way that isn't so difficult. Where two people or two energies feel like they're almost going in opposite directions, like magnets, right? Either attracting or repelling depending on what directions they're going in. Because, we can feel like that too. Our energy can feel that way, right? With people as well. So on the bottom row, we have the Eight of Wands, and this is a lot of information in the air. It can be conversation, it can be communication, emails and texts, but it means things quickening. It means that there's a momentum that's beginning now and you feel it, and that's sort of exciting. It's like there's energy in the air, a crispness, in the autumn breeze. new energy coming in, which I think helps you to get back into feeling more stable and secure again, more like things are going to go well again, okay? And then with the High Priestess, but still with a sense of mystery about the potential of things in the future. So I think it's like you're getting more comfortable with whatever might happen. It's like, que sera, sera. What will be, will be. All right? And getting comfortable with that. Where maybe in the past, it may have just been like, oh, what else? What's next? Right? And instead now you're like, well, whatever. I'm getting used to it. I'm getting used to 2021 with 3 massive Saturn in Aquarius square Pluto in Uranus, which is the old guard versus the new guard and the change up. All right? We're going through this the whole year. The last of these 3 major planetary conjunctions or squares is in December on, I believe it's Christmas Eve. So it's like by the time we get to the 3rd one, we're kind of used to it. We're kind of used to having to make changes. Maybe even embracing them. Maybe even allowing them in our connections to other people. Que sera, sera, letting people do what they will. Not being so affected by others. Not being so affected by whatever happens in life that kind of turns you upside down and makes you feel something other than, neutral. Right? So it's like, oh, wow, okay, this surprising thing happens. Well, there's Uranus again surprising me. And this week that could happen with the new moon, right? This new moon, you could feel it deep in the feels of Scorpio, right? It could be a big change, Scorpio season, life, death, rebirth. It could be a serious change. I think it's going to be for the better. All the planets seem to be moving us forward now. So have trust in divine timing right now and in the connections that you're in right now. Because for whatever reason, there is a balance, there is a justice, an equalizing that's happening. Justice, 6 of Wands. That's going to lessen your burdens. Okay? This was in the center of your reading today, Libra, so this is finally laying them down and dropping them and saying, you know what? Come what may, I'm going to work with whomever, work together, work in tandem, work however it is and work it out. King of Pentacles. And stay my stable self. So it's like emotionally, I'm okay. I can stay in balance by being fair to others, letting them have their feelings, by having communication with others, talking to them about them, by not overanalyzing or worrying too much or getting myself in a tizzy and not being able to sleep at night and just the anxiety of all the changes. And instead, I could just celebrate the wins and not fear the mysteries of what's coming next and just go with the flow a little bit more. Because that, in that energy of being able to just stay in that balance, I am able to truly connect with others and not take on their energy and yet have empathy, synergy, right? I've got my energy and I own it. They've got their energy and they own it. Together we can have synergy. I can sit in their space. If they're going through something, I'm there for them. If I'm going through something, they're there for me, right? It's that. It's just walking into a room and feeling the energy out. And then acclimating to the energy. And then when you leave the room, you leave with your own energy. And you're not taking on the burdens of others. And you don't have to shut down and go into emotional neutral to keep from, avoiding all the too muchness of things and the worry of what might be. So it's getting a hold on the balance mentally, emotionally, and even, yes, physically, because you want to take care of yourself right now and stay really stable. Things are looking up and things are looking good for you. I just think you got to go with those, electric moments, electricity, when a lightning bolt strikes, just go, wow, whew, umbrella, here comes some rain. When it's over, shake it off, put it away, sunshine, you're good again. That's just life. All right, so connect to everything right now. I think that's the point. Absolutely everything, and embrace it all. That's just the season we're in. Life, death, rebirth. All right, I hope you have a great week. Have a good new moon. Again, leave me a comment. Let me know what you're going through, what you want to talk about, and I'll talk to you again next week. I wish you kindness, reverence, and gratitude. Thanks, Libra. Bye.